Tesco's are going to be paying £5 billion in dividends to its shareholders. Hello and welcome back to the M Vault with me, Marino Palladino. Now, as the title says, Tesco's is paying £5 billion in dividends to its shareholders. And I've decided to buy £100 worth of shares in Tesco's. Now we have to first have a look at how that came about. How did Tesco's get the 8 billion total pounds in cash? So Tesco's has been growing for a number of years and it's been expanding its operations across the world, and in particular it's expanded into Asia. And so last year at some point, I believe, they were approached and were offered a price that they couldn't refuse, and the sum was of something like £8 billion, and it was from a company in Asia, a very big company that has multiple assets and investors, that decided to offer this £8 billion to Tesco's. And now Tesco's had to make that decision, and I think that they made a decision to sell that because it was above their expectations of really what they were going to receive. I think that they, looked at that money and thought, we've made so much money from this, from when we started the investment, years back. And it was such an attractive price that they decided to sell the operation there. And so they sold 2,000 stores in Thailand and 74 supermarkets in Malaysia. And the result of that sale allowed Tesco's to bring that money back to the UK. And it was decided that it would be split in a couple of parts, 5 billion of which was or is to go to the shareholders, and the rest is to go into their pension scheme, and then whatever's left over into maybe other operations. And I'm glad they've used the money to go into the pension scheme, which has had a deficit, so that hole hopefully has been closed. So the reason why Tesco's decided to sell their operations in over there was to do with the price being so attractive, but it's also to come back to the UK and to concentrate on the core business here. That's what I've read. They still have the operation going on in some parts of Europe as well, but I think they really want to start coming back to operating the business as it was in the beginning in the UK and Ireland. And so I feel that Tesco's will use this moment to relaunch itself as a company and to develop and continue to develop a stronger business in the near future. Or that's what I hope that will happen. The whole idea of buying stocks and shares in a company is that you're buying them at a certain price to then hopefully sell them at a higher price. And so it's appreciating all the way. Hopefully that's what will happen to Tesco. So I'm going to be bringing you on this journey then of me buying the stock and seeing what happens at the payment date and what I'm going to do. I also believe that Tesco's is a long-term company. It's one of the FTSE 100 share index companies in the UK. So it's a very strong holder, and it pays an attractive dividend, which has been consistent for years. So looking at history, you can sort of see where the future might go. And there's no guarantee of this, but you have to take that chance when you invest, that risk that comes with investing, that over the long term it will be well. And always invest what you can afford to invest. But in the long run, which is what I'm looking at, I think that the stock will perform quite well. The other reason why I'm buying the Tesco stock is so that I can receive the dividend, the 50p per share payout, which I'm going to then reinvest back into the stock. So I'm going to be buying more stock with Tesco's dividend. So essentially I'm taking the money that they paid in dividend and I'm going to be buying more Tesco stock. So that in the future, I'm going to be earning more money from the dividends and also the appreciation of the share price. Or at least that's what I'm hoping will happen. So at the end of the month, I'm going to update you on the outcome of this and see how I do. I'm not an independent financial advisor and I can't advise you to do the same thing. I'm just putting this video out to show you what I'm doing and what I believe will work for the future. So I definitely recommend that, if you're wanting to start something like investing, that you do seek an independent financial advisor if you want to go down that route. There are many people that have been self-taught and you can learn so much now how to get started, and I will be doing more videos on these sort of topics, but this is something I just wanted to share in terms of my journey and how it's going to plan out at the end of the month. Well, I hope this video has given you some value in any shape or form, and also encourage you to maybe start, looking at investing. Follow me as I go through this journey myself, and like I said, I'm going to be updating you in the end of the month with a video on how all this is planned out. So I look forward to seeing you in that video. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.